Hello, fellow travelers. Welcome to our Silversea, Alaska cruise tour. We're Lisa and Paul, and today we're diving into the lap of luxury on the remarkable Silver Muse cruise ship.
Silversea is renowned for its commitment to excellence, and the Silver Muse epitomizes the company's dedication to providing a lavish and unforgettable cruising experience through the mesmerizing landscapes of Alaska.
Before we set sail, let's take a moment to appreciate the exceptional accommodations awaiting you in Anchorage. Silversea ensures that your Alaskan experience begins with comfort and luxury.
In Anchorage, you'll enjoy a stay at the renowned Captain Cook Hotel, where sophistication meets Alaskan charm. Then, immerse yourself in the breathtaking views and tranquility at the Lakefront Hotel. And for the ultimate in modern comfort, the Hyatt Place awaits you in the heart of Anchorage.
We have arrived at Captain Cook Hotel. Well, actually, I think it's called Hotel Captain Cook. And it's named after James Cook, who is the explorer, I guess, who actually founded this place. And so we were told actually named Anchorage. So when he was looking for passage, and he ended up having to turn about a few times, and he ended up in Anchorage, and thus the name kind of stuck with Anchorage, Alaska. So that's how we got to the name. We're staying in room 1664. So let's go check it out. In this case, we got a nice king bed. This hotel has been here for some time, but so it has a classic feel, I would say, right? A traditional classic feel to the room. It's not, the brand new, everything shiny sort of place, but it's very well kept. It's super clean. You don't feel like it's dated or worn out like, some other Alaska hotels. So I actually enjoy the room. So we've got a great king bed. You've got your typical nightstands over here. It's a fairly big room. We've got an extra seating chair. We've got a desk there. And we've got our little coffee station over here for the morning. We are downtown. So we're downtown Alaska. So there's a downtown, there's a midtown, and then there's the airport. And we've stayed at all three. We stayed at an airport, we've stayed at a midtown, and now we've stayed downtown. And this is the view from downtown. It is about 8 o'clock at night, a little bit after 8 o'clock right now. A little cloudy day today, but you can kind of get an idea of the size of downtown. It's not super big. Actually, those yellow awnings there are where we had dinner, which was the Glacier brew house. It's called the brew house. And then right down this way, that street right there is actually 4th Street, and that's where all the shopping is, and you can browse stores and things like that. So there's a lot of places to eat right here. There's a lot of places to shop right here. And from your room, you have this amazing view. In the summertime, your views are going to be this way until I think around midnight or something like that. It's not, it doesn't get dark here. So I really like the downtown location a lot. And I think if I was coming on a cruise, I would probably stay in the downtown area. I would probably stay here before I leave on my cruise. So just to give you that information. So anyway, let's go check out the rest of the room. Obviously TV, and let's see here, drawers and a little mini fridge. So you have your ice bucket and a little mini fridge here for things. We've got a closet. It's nice, they have bathrooms for you. This is the first place we've stayed in Alaska that actually has robes for you, which I can appreciate. And a little room safe, ironing board, so your typical stuff here in the room. Oh, look, they even have slippers for you. So we've got little slippers.
Isn't that nice?
Isn't that nice? We've got the bathroom right across from here. So you've got your tub shower combination in here. And, it's a big tub, actually, a super big tub. I think this is one of the most luxurious. So I think this is one of the higher, well, it's not, I don't think, it is one of the higher end hotels. and it is located right downtown, and it is one of the recommended hotels that they have people come to before they go on their cruises. Now the Marriott is about 3 blocks that way, and we've stayed at the Marriott before, which was, you know, in this kind of same location where you can walk to everything, and was also a nice hotel. We tend to like hotels that aren't chain hotels if we have a choice, because I think they're a little bit more unique, a little bit different, and I realize that I'm staying at a different city versus being at a Marriott in Chicago or a Marriott in Miami or a Marriott in Alaska, you know. It's nice because you always know what to expect, but it's always the same. So we kind of like trying the, you know, off brands or the hotels that aren't as typical. So here we are, Hotel Captain Cook. It seems really nice. It has a great location, has some great restaurants here, so I would definitely give it a thumbs up.
Okay, so bread pudding is Paul's most favorite dessert.
Favorite of all time.
Yeah. And so...
And I don't even know why.
Why?
Why do I like it so much? I don't know. I just do.
And so here they have what they say is world famous bread pudding. So, okay.
But isn't it all? Isn't it always
And this is an amazing looking dish.
looks good.
Yeah, so let's see.
The judge. The judgment bite. It's really good.
It's really good.
That's good. That's good brisket.
It passes.
Yeah, because it's not dry, it's not too wet, it's moist, it's delicious.
Okay.
Sweet.
Passes the test.
Yeah, sweet.
So we are in the lobby of the Captain Cook Hotel, Hotel Captain Cook, and Silversea has a desk here. So when you stay at this hotel, they have a hospitality desk, so you can ask the people questions, figure out where you need to go and everything, and it makes it much more convenient. So that's the easiest way to do it.
Right. And importantly, you book your
Hotel through your
through,
Silversea travel agency, directly.
and then they'll get you to the right places and
Well,
direct you correctly. And
you can go right from this hotel to the cruise terminal. We have to walk 3 blocks. I don't know why. They're picking us up at a different place. I don't understand. But if we would have booked directly, we could have done it this way, so it would have been better.
Learn from our mistakes.
Yes, so book through your Silversea directly cruise agent your hotel, and then all the transportation and everything's handled for you.
Yep.
Good.
Hey adventurers, Paul here.
And I'm Lisa, and if you're ready for adventures, mountains, and maybe a whale or two, stick around. Today we're diving into the details you need to know when going on an Alaska cruise. We're sailing with Silversea, and we're going to show you all the ins and outs to have a perfect cruise. So bundle up, here we go.
Okay, so let's get down to the essentials first. Since we are starting in Alaska and ending in Canada, we have to have passports. Even though we're American, we're coming into Alaska, so if you're Canadian or another country, you're going to need them anyway.
So make sure one of the very first things you do is have your passport, because without it, you're not going anywhere.
So our first tip is
To book early. If you're going on an Alaska cruise, or actually any cruise, as soon as you make your reservations, go into their dashboard and book all the extra dining and the excursions and the shows that you want, so you don't miss out on the things that you really wanted to see when you're there. Now here's a little tip. If you do get there and you find out that you weren't able to get what you wanted, usually on the cruise, if you go talk to them about the dining options, not always the shows, but the dining options, they'll find a way to squeeze you in on a good cruise. Or on the shows, they may put you on a waiting list. So if you feel like you've missed out, don't totally do it. When you get to the cruise, the first thing to do is to talk to somebody and see if you can book those things you missed. You may be able to, you may not.
there's nothing worse than coming down with a case of phone. One of the things we were able to book is the Hilo ride over a glacier.
Halo?
Hilo.
Oh, Hilo.
Hilo.
Paul's being cool. Helicopter. Got a helicopter ride.
Or it's just a helicopter ride. No, so, but we're gonna land on a glacier and go hiking. So we're gonna make sure that we pack properly and we can tell you how to do that.
So when packing, first thing to do is to always make sure that you check with your cruise line as far as if you're going to have a formal night or what the dress code is at dinner. We are going on Silversea, and they are have a little higher requirements as far as the dress code goes with dinner. And as a matter of fact, it says that if you don't pack a formal wear on the night of the formal night, then you can eat in a different dining room.
Ouch.
Yeah, so check with the cruise line to make sure that you have things packed. And if you need tips on where to shop for that dress that doesn't cost a lot, let me know. I love a good bargain. Make a comment below and I'll let you know. Second of all is that Alaska weather, and we are actually here in Anchorage right now, can be a bit unpredictable. So we have a rainy day here. Oh, there's actually, I don't know if they can see, there's a plane taking off back there. It's a little bit of a rainy day. So in Alaska, you want to make sure you absolutely have layers. So it may be warm if you're here in the summer, and by warm I mean 70, or it may be chilly at night, and so you want to make sure that you absolutely have layers. You have short sleeves, you can throw long sleeves on, you can throw windbreakers on, you can throw jackets on. Make sure you have your boots. Boots are essential in Alaska because it's you're outdoors, things are muddy here. And if it's rainy, it's bad. And when you have your boots, you want to kind of have things you can tuck in your boots, because if you have pants outside your boots, they're going to get all muddy. So that's no good either. So make sure you layer, make sure you bring your boots. Make sure you bring warm clothes. Hats and mittens if you're going to be outside for a long time is also must, no matter what time of year it is. And we're from Florida, so this feels extra cold to us. And layers should always, always include some type of rain gear, because it's probably going to get a little bit misty at the very least, and full-on rain at the best, at the worst. So it's going to get at least a little misty, maybe at the best, and full-on rain at the worst. But rain doesn't stop any of the excursions or things going on, so you're going to be outside. So make sure you have waterproof gear.
So you want to be prepared for anything. Your day can go from a picture-perfect itinerary to a day reading a book inside the ship.
Yeah. So remember, adventure is the name of the game. So you want to go ahead and schedule as much as you can. Whether it's kayaking through the icebergs or hiking or taking a tour of the local brews, you want to get out there and experience as much as you can, and that's what Alaska is about. So how did that saying go?
Prepare for the best. No, plan for the best, but prepare for the worst. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes.
That is. Okay.
And we're planning for the best.
We are.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a really sunny day tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're first day out, we're going to go see the glaciers. We're going to go to Glacier Bay.
Yeah, Glacier National Park. Cruise around there and see the glaciers, and it's supposed to be sunny and beautiful. So.
Not like this.
No, not like
So it's amazing how just down the coast a little bit, we're going to be in sunny weather instead of rainy weather in Anchorage. So, one thing, when you're shopping, when you get into the duty free, remember you have $800 of freebie, free tax-free. But if you go above the 800, then you got to go like the clearing and all that stuff. So
if you want to shop till you drop, know your limit. The second thing is that you can only bring $10,000 cash. So if you're a real baller and you're like wanting to be at the casinos every night, or I don't know, go buy that woolly mammoth tusk we saw last night that Paul really wanted to buy for $100,000, just know that you only get $10,000 cash. So one of the reasons we booked Silversea is because it was all-inclusive. We haven't really been on a ship yet that's all-inclusive, where you go there, all your meals are always included, but we did all the drinks, there was excursions included, all the tips are included, so it's kind of pay one price and go and enjoy it. And we're kind of looking forward to that. So on Silversea, and I kind of ran the numbers too. I ran the numbers between a where they kind of, everything's charged against you, a la carte, and the numbers on the all-inclusive on three similar type ships, and it kind of came out to be the same, which makes sense because cruise ships,
But yeah, you really don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, we don't have to
I'm
worry.
spending this there. No.
Yeah.
That's all included. It's all done.
Yeah.
So knock yourself out.
Yeah, so we just can now enjoy everything without going, oh my gosh, we've spent an additional $2,000. We've already spent it up front.
Feels better, doesn't it?
It's better.
Feels like I get my money's worth, like going to the buffet. I'm getting my money.
Right.
Okay, that's a wrap for our first video of this mini-series on this cruise.
But there's so much more to come. We've got tours, we're hoping to do a lot of wildlife spotting and showing you all the food that you can eat, the entertainment, the excursions that we have on our all-included trip with Silversea. So we'll see you soon.
Stay tuned.
Welcome to our room at the Lakefront Anchorage Hotel. So we have a double queen room because we just got the least expensive room that they had available at the time. So this is the room. The beds actually were really comfortable. The pillows were pretty comfortable, but you can see you only got like 2 pillows on the bed. They're both queens, not like 4 or 8 pillows on the bed total. So, you know, just kind of gives you an idea of the luxury level of the hotel always. But the beds were actually pretty comfortable. We've got a TV, not the biggest TV in the world, but adequate and big for Alaska standards, I would say, for most Alaska hotels. And then we do not have any view at all out. The room is just another building in the back. A little desk to do some work. And like most hotels, although not all, there's actually, here's your coffee in your room. So in the morning, if you wake up early, especially like us, if you're on East Coast time and it's 6 in the morning, but it's actually 10 already at home, you've got coffee in the room that you can enjoy. So in my estimation, in my review, if I was coming here with some guys to do some hunting and fishing, and I wanted to have a location close to the airport where we could get out and pick up our tours and do stuff like that, I think this room is good for that. I think the hotel's great for that. The location's amazing. It has breathtaking water views. And we had dinner last night in the restaurant, and the dinner was actually surprisingly pretty good. For those reasons, I would say if you want to stay at the Lakefront Anchorage, it's a good deal, and it's a good deal price-wise. So it becomes a bit of a steal. It's not inexpensive, but compared to other Anchorage hotels, it actually is. So from that viewpoint, I think the Lakefront Anchorage is actually a bit of a steal. So you might want to check it out if you're thinking of booking in Anchorage.
That's a big bear.
That's a big grizzly.
I think it's a brown bear.
Oh, it is?
Yeah,
Why do you think it's not a grizzly?
because he's brown.
Grizzlies are not black.
I don't know. I think grizzly and brown bear are the same thing.
Well, we can put that on there. Okay, I just want to tell you Paul was right. It's a brown bear. You know how I know? I read the sign.
I saw the sign, and it said Kodiak brown bear. And he's a
put that in.
and he's a really
He's a big boy.
he's a big boy. Okay, here we are. We're in Anchorage, Alaska. We're in Anchorage, Alaska, and we are staying in our second place, bringing you stay number 2 because, well, we'll talk about that later, but we got pushed out of Florida because of hurricane a little bit earlier, so we're checking out a couple extra hotels. This is the Hyatt Place of Anchorage, and we're staying in Unit 220. So let's go check it out. Now this place is only a few years old, so it's fairly new and very clean, of course. Come on, let's walk on through. Our luggage is already in here. But you can see we have a decent view. You can see Office Depot, but behind Office Depot is a fabulous view of the mountains. So if you go look past Office Depot, it's got a great view. I'm sure there's other units that have it as well. But we have a king-size bed. It's a new hotel, so I'm sure it's very comfortable. In here, our normal closet with ironing board and the luggage rack. It's got a nice little work desk here with a single cup coffee maker. Nice, regular size TV. Here's what's nice is it has a sofa kind of area, so it's got its own little living room area. So a very decent room, very laid out very nicely. So this in particular room adjoins with another room, and I'm sure that they do that with a lot of these rooms in here. We're coming and taking a look at the bathroom. This is what I like about new hotels, is the bathrooms are always very clean and very nice. So it's just got a shower kind of a thing. It's got the soap dispensers and it's got a nice big mirror for you. Lisa always likes big mirrors. And then a nice sink. So this is a very decent, nice place to stay if you're just having a stay over in Anchorage.
Now let's board the star of our journey, the Silver Muse. From spacious suites with panoramic views to world-class dining, this ship offers an unparalleled level of elegance and comfort.
Whether you're unwinding in the spa, enjoying gourmet cuisine, or simply taking in the views from your suite, the Silver Muse ensures that every moment on board is a moment of pure indulgence.
One of the highlights of any Silversea cruise is the culinary experience. Let's check out the diverse dining options that will tantalize your taste buds and leave you craving for more.
From fine dining restaurants to casual eateries, the chefs on the Silver Muse craft mouth-watering dishes using the freshest ingredients. And the best part? It's all included in your cruise package.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Hi. Would like to get some wine?
Yes, red for me.
Red, please. Tonight, red, it's a Spanish wine. It's the Campo de Borja. It's Tempranillo.
Okay.
100%.
Okay. I'll try.
Try.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Welcome.
Interesting
I'm
color.
gonna go red as well.
Red as well, so more, a bit. Try.
Oh, very nice. I like that. Thank you.
A little bit of sweet, a little bit of savory. Yeah.
There we go.
I am a vlogger. I have 35 million viewers.
Oh,
So,
Nice.
hello. For everybody watching my video every time.
Every time. Every day.
Every time, every day I'm
Yeah,
posting in
that's
it.
right.
So,
Very good, yeah.
That's very good. Smaller bites or I think you need the biggest bites. They give you the biggest plates. It's like, let's give her a really big plate.
I didn't say that very
Very good evening. Now, let me just welcome you to Ladan. Very good evening. Hope you had a great day today. Let me just introduce myself. My name is Rodel. I'm your outlet mate really. So together with me is Mark and Juanito. We're gonna be your server this evening. Let me just explain the menu how it goes. Okay. You ready? Go. For Madame Soup, we have in the beef stew. Inside it comes with this lobster chunks, and you should double cream for your balls.
It's such a perfect color. Thank you.
Yes, your musher.
We were wondering. Are you gonna learn how to
For the main course, Madame is having the filet, the beef,
Thank you.
and you're having it medium well.
Okay.
And sir, here's your phenomenal.
Wow.
The duck.
Wow.
Yeah, that looks amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Wasn't that fancy?
Ooh. Yeah.
Cleanse your palate.
Yes.
Ice mental sorbet. Which one of it?
And I mean from the bottom of my heart. Oh my heart. Oh my heart.
That's great. Dancing.
Wonderful. Wonderful. You are wonderful. Thank you very much. Welcome again. I'm gonna give it a romantic mood. And she asked me,
Thank you very much.
feel alright? And I said yes.
Thank you.
I feel wonderful tonight.
Hello. Very good. There's no one to forget. So that we
Forgetting it on the ship. It's not so bad.
Yeah, on an excursion? Yeah,
When we leave Fjord. We're going to, so first of all, I think we should toast to our Glacier
Adventure.
That was honestly amazing. So,
To the best excursion so far.
yes.
Yep.
And then to today, it was another
The Day of the Dogs.
the day of the dogs.
And then love, marriage, and dinner.
Did you hear that, Jennifer? Thank you. Wow.
Enjoy, bon appetit.
Thank you.
Some more going on.
Yeah, maybe just a little to go with dinner. Thank you, Brett. Thank you. What did he get now?
Delisa limone.
Thank you.
Lemon cake.
Lemon cake. Yeah. It's less more frosty.
I cannot get used
No, not used to it. Where are you from?
from Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe, yeah. Well, we're from Florida, but it's like okay now. No, never.
The other day I went outside,
Yeah.
put my sweat inside and the jacket on top.
Yeah.
Still, I was
It's still too much.
Any water, madam?
Yes, thank you. Still?
Still, how about you, sir?
Still's fine.
Very heavy drinker.
Wood board. Yes. Perfect. Thank you. Oh, that's got some spice to it. I wonder what that is.
It's like a jalapeno jelly.
Oh, man.
Now let's dive into the heart of our adventure, the breathtaking Alaskan scenery and the charming ports of call. Silversea has curated an itinerary that takes you to some of the most awe-inspiring locations in Alaska.
Glacier Bay, Juneau, Skagway. The list goes on. Each port offers a unique blend of culture, history, and natural beauty. And with Silversea's expert guides, you'll have the chance to truly immerse yourself in the Alaskan experience.
For those seeking adventure, Silversea has you covered. Whether it's kayaking through icy fjords, taking a helicopter ride to a glacier, or observing wildlife in their natural habitat, there's something for every thrill seeker.
One of the most exhilarating excursions offered by Silversea is the Mendenhall Glacier hiking adventure. Let's take a closer look at this unforgettable experience.
Whenever you approach helicopters, approach by a nose. Never by side, never by back. Always approach by a nose. Just group up when you get bored. Always group up at the nose. Make sure you touch it. If you can't, get closer to it. Get away from your name, be hurt if you go upside the helicopter. Comes boarding up upside the helicopter. Some may have these great bags on skids. These great bags are floats. Please don't step on them. Instead, it'd be 2 rungs like step ladder. Step on each rung. Inside a helicopter is very simple. Please make sure you never step on a great bag. When it comes to crawling into the interior of the helicopter, please make sure you don't ground any doors for any assistance in or out. You can ground to anything, but the doors, ground to a seat, ground to 8-pillar handles like a car, ground to anything but the doors. So just keep your hands off of those. We're here, it's White Star. It's going to be a cargo compartment. This door is what the cargo compartment looks like. To access the compartment, press on 2 black buttons. Side's going to pop out, pull on tabs, open the door, very simple. Inside, bring the duffel bag. It could be green or it could be blue, it could be any color. We should duffel bag. Duffel bag will contain survival gear for extensive glacier. The tour guide or pilot will ask if I retrieve it. If they don't, there should be no reason to go back there at all. Alright, this is a picture of the interior of the helicopter. This is a picture of the back seat. You cannot see in this photo, so there will be 2 seats up front and a pilot up right corner. The seat belts do have this color tape on there. Make sure you guys match it all together just fine. They're a little confusing at first, so let's have any help to straighten them out. But seats will also receive green earmuffs. Green earmuffs are headsets to contain mic. Mic should be 2 fingers away from your mouth. No blowing or chewing or suck on them for sanitary reasons. Then underneath the seat, the yellow bags and a life jacket. So if you guys ever flown on a commercial airliner, you know exactly what it looks like. These are going to be pretty simple. Go over your head. Go and drape around your shoulders. To the strap. Go around your waist. Then buckle in. Pull onto your yellow tab. Make sure you're tight around your waist. If you ever inflate one side of the helicopter, when you got side 2 inflate, pull onto your 2 red tabs. If not, inflate extra air. Pull onto your 2 main inflation. Alright, then behind the pilot seats, you fire extinguisher. The important thing about this is not meant for helicopter fires, not waste on such. It's only meant for small localized fires. So like put out a tent fire, put something outside, put out trail safety. There's really no flip of smoke on the strip, so if you've seen flips of smoke, the helicopter retrieve it. Just remember, helicopter insured, left and not, at least for your safety, for other people's safety. Alright, last but not least, this emergency jetson handle. This is located on 2 front doors that go height. You guys are wearing some clunky boots, so if you kick it, it's okay. Got a piece of plexiglass to protect it, just not for fun. Only use it when directed by pilot or in case of emergency. So to use it, break the plexiglass, flip on the handle, push the jettison, or fall off. Alright, that's about it for safety. So when we head to the helicopter, when we pass by construction site, please only walk on the pavement. Don't walk on any dirt, mud, or gravel. Just remain on the pavement. When you guys get to DMRT 4, you'll be entering the airport, so please only walk between 2 yellow lines. So make sure your cell phone's cameras remain away. Eyes and ears are vigilant at all times for safety reasons. If it goes away, like hats or gloves, paper, let us know. We'll retrieve it for you guys.
Okay.
If
you guys hit the helicopter, once again, get the nose. Make sure you touch it. If you can't, get closer to it. I mean, in the white circle. Are there any questions about the briefing at all? Any brush up on? No? All set? Alright, we'll be heading out there in about 3 minutes. Let's go and sit back, relax, and then if you see any new gear, let me know. Now's a great time to switch it out.
As long as it's on there.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Thank you.
Oh, stay in the yellow lines. They weren't listening.
Somebody wasn't listening.
can get from this.
Okay. Well, that's too bad.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I love it here.
You do?
Yeah.
New experiences.
Live here full year round.
You do?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Where are you from originally?
Originally from California.
Oh,
In the mountains near Yosemite.
oh okay. Cool.
Yeah.
First off, welcome to Glacier.
Yay.
Anyone know the name of this one? Quick pop quiz.
Alcohol. No, I was like close.
Okay, before we get exploring, we're going to talk about the gear quick. Things on your feet, those are called crampons. And you probably already noticed they help a lot out here.
Yeah.
But they also cause about 100% of our falls. So, I just want you to be more mindful of your feet while we're moving. Make sure you pick them up a little more. A sure way to trip is to drag the toes. They'll catch and right down you go. They also have a tendency to lock onto your pants, the straps. Happens so often, it has a name called crampon lock. So just be aware that can happen. And yeah, just pick your feet up more, walk a little wider, look out for all the little cracks and holes. They're everywhere. Yeah, that's about it with the crampons. The ice axe is going to come in handy when we get to more uneven terrain. But for now, just know the correct way to hold it is to have this end facing forward. Cool. And I like to put my thumb under there and just wrap my hand around. Yeah. If you want to go hands-free, just slide it in a leg loop. Like that. I'd rather see that than have it dangling between your legs. That's, trust me.
Could be problems for sure when you get the cramp.
There's 1,001 ways to trip out here, and that's one of them. So, trying to avoid that. Everyone's got the gloves now. Cool. That's actually more of a safety thing than a warmth thing. Just acts as a barrier between you and the ice. If you do happen to fall, it'll prevent your hands from getting cut up.
Okay.
And the last piece of gear is those helmets. You don't want them to be too wobbly. So, did everyone get a good fit on their helmet?
If you do need to adjust the helmet, there's two little straps in the back. You just pull them really tight, and they should fit. I'm Bella.
Hey, Bella.
Hey, nice to meet you.
I'm Keisha.
Hi, Keisha.
And we're going to all be roaming around here together.
Okay,
shortly.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any questions before we get going? General Glacier questions? All right.
How old's the ice here?
The ice here, actually, that's a fun answer because it's like a two-part answer. So these valleys have held glaciers for a very, very long time, in like the scale of tens of thousands of years. But the ice is constantly moving, so it's constantly being replenished. It takes about 200 or 300 years for it to travel the distance of the whole valley. So about 200 or 300 years.
Cool.
Yeah, good question. Okay, if we don't have any more questions right away, let's just start.
The Mendenhall Glacier hiking excursion is a must for those who want to get up close and personal with the wonders of nature. Led by experienced guides, you'll embark on a journey through the rugged Alaskan landscape to reach the majestic Mendenhall Glacier.
This is as close as I'm ever going to get to mountain climbing. This is it.
The mountaineer. There's Lisa.
Reaching the glacier, you'll have the rare opportunity to explore the mesmerizing ice formations and take in panoramic views of the surrounding mountains and valleys. It's a surreal experience that will leave you in absolute awe.
So everyone wants to hold their axe out like handlebars in a bike. Perfect, got that. Just duck with it. This isn't really effective. Also looks kind of silly. Kind of uncomfortable. But really that's all there is to it. Most commonly thing is we see people just drop their heels, so really just like pretend like you're on a bike.
As you hike, the guides will share fascinating insights into the region's geology, flora, and fauna. It's not just a hike, it's an educational and awe-inspiring journey through the untouched wilderness of Alaska.
So this is a Sasquatch walking across the ice here.
Okay, Paul.
Hi guys, I'm Isabel from on the Monumental Glacier. We had a guy, he just stole, looks like 100,000 years worth of glacier ice with gloves. So.
That goes against the rules.
Yeah, no.
Well, as you can see, it stops flowing. So this is what we call a dry moon. No longer flowing water in it. Just leaves behind big, terrifying holes you can fall into.
Exactly.
Not harvesting.
So we just found out we're stranded on the up here, and our guide is carving our way home.
Harvesting some ice.
Okay, there's Lisa, and there's our ride in the background. The Airbus.
Why do you need a straight shot, Paul?
Okay, so
Here's their story.
here's the story. So I'm gonna have the most expensive drink of my entire life. So this is 400,000-year-old ice. For my Michter's cost $600.
Why $600?
Wouldn't that what it cost to go get it?
No, more than that.
Oh, 800.
More than that.
$1,000. No.
No.
No, don't mess it up. Can't use port right now.
So we just went on a glacier trek. We had a lot of fun. Yeah. And he got himself some glacier.
So you're satisfied with your ice?
Yes.
2 shots.
2 shots. You want one? You want a?
No, this is all for you.
Okay.
Oh my God.
It's too early for me.
Yeah. It's too early for me too.
All right.
That's a lot.
Oh yeah. That tastes like 200,000-year-old drink right there. Now that's aged. Well-aged ice.
Good morning. Sorry to disturb you.
No.
Oh, no, perfect. Thank you.
We were up this time, and that's why I cracked the door. So you'd be like, oh, we know we're open.
Have a great morning.
Thank you. Have a good
I hope
one.
we had a great weather as well.
Yeah, the
I
weather's
hope
looking
so
good
too.
so far. Let's hope it holds out. Let's start to cloud up a little bit.
You enjoy your day.
Thank
you so much.
And then we have our crew down here of puppies. So we will go up there, do our sled dogging. We will hit the overlook for some quick pictures. Then we'll come down to the Mushers camp, pet those puppies. I understand y'all have an early onboarding, so we'll kind of try to make some of this move a little faster than we normally do. but we assure you I won't cut dog time. So that is our track we're getting on right there. That is called the Pumpkin. It is a Mercedes-Benz Unimog, so it is the most luxurious ride through the rainforest in a monster truck in Alaska you've ever had.
That's awesome.
So let's go ahead and get ordered.
I had no idea we were doing that.
Oh man! All right, I'll do my quick spill then. We have 235 adult dogs up top that come from this. None of them do we own. They're furnished to us by 13 different mushers. They come from the states of Wisconsin, Michigan, Montana, Alaska, and one group here from Canada as well. They've all competed in competitive races at one time or another, and I'll talk to you about the two main races that they've competed in. The first one, and probably most familiar to everybody, is the Iditarod. That's like the World Series or Super Bowl of the dog racing world. In even years, it starts in Anchorage, and it runs the northern loop and ends in Nome. And then in uneven years, it starts in Anchorage, runs the southern loop and ends in Nome. This ends up being a 1,050-mile race. The first year they ran it was in 1973, and Joe Reddington Sr. was the gentleman that started the race. The reason he did is because that was about the time the snowmobile was coming out. He was concerned that people would start making the transition, moving to a motorized mechanical machine versus continuing to use dogs and sleds. He did not want to see that happen, so therefore he organized the Iditarod race in hopes of preserving the history and heritage of the dog sledding racing. First year they ran it, in 1973, they were estimating the race to take about 10 to 16 days. The first musher to cross the finish line that year, 22 days. The last musher to cross the finish line, 45 days. The record now for the Iditarod was set in 2021, 7 days and 14 hours.
Wow.
Most of that can be attributed to experience of the mushers, the selective breeding of the type of dogs that they're running with today versus the type of dogs they used to run with, and the improvement over the old wooden style sleds versus the lighter, sturdier versions that they use today. Balco, the lead dog of the sled team that got the serum safely and successfully into Nome, actually only ran 56 miles of that journey. Whereas Togo, on the other hand, he was another lead dog of a sled team that participated. They ran the most treacherous and the most miles of that journey, 260 miles. So hats off to our mushers and our dog sled team back in the day to help prevent that crisis. And those two dogs are probably the most famous sled dogs of all time. Balto has a statue of him in Central Park in New York. Togo has one of him in Seward Park in New York. And Balto, when he died, a show promoter took his body to a taxidermist, had him fully life-size mounted, so he still lives on with us today, but of all places, in a historical museum in Cleveland. You would think he'd be here in Alaska. Okay, you ready to see some puppies?
Yeah.
All right. Follow me.
This is called the shark tank because these are 4-month-olds. And we call this the puppy puddle. No need for this because they're not going to So these guys were born here. They are part of they are the volcano group, Washington specifically. So this one buried here is Adams. He's the biggest of the group. Wake up, we got guests. Wake up.
No, they're like, no.
This one here is Glacier. Glacier has beautiful blue eyes if he ever opens them. This little girl here, this is St. Helen. I call her Satan. It fits. The black one right here is Baker. And this one, little guy right here is Rainier. Rainier is the runt. And if you had Emily as your sledding musher, this is her personal dog. That's why it's got a blue collar on it. Yeah, so that's Rainier. These guys, let me see. Glacier was nice earlier. Let me see if I can.
It's like,
Oh, come on.
Yeah, that's so funny. He's like, stop it.
Nap time.
I think they had a party last night.
Yeah.
Invite us. He's got beautiful eyes.
He's like, I'm okay if you want to carry me around.
Yeah.
I'll just do this.
He's a paddle bug. So these guys were an oops. They didn't know mom was pregnant until they got her here.
Oh.
And went, uh-oh. So
This is one litter from one mom?
there's 5 of them. She had 7, but unfortunately she lost 2 of them. This litter had a bit of a rough start. And Rainier, the runt, had to get special. I know, you went back down there. Give me a minute.
Tesla's the mother's name, and Spider is the father's name.
What's the phone?
Spider, and he's all black. And Jimmy's goal is to run the Iditarod someday with a team of all black dogs. So he's already got several on his. I'm going to pass out 3. Y'all take your turns. Everybody pass them around so everybody gets an opportunity to hold one. Because I don't want to take them all out of the box. She'll get upset.
Okay, Lisa and I are on the lifeboat. This is what it looks like. We're abandoned ship. Our ship. I don't know, what's our ship name? It's standing still. No, but really, this is what it'd be like if you were abandoned ship, and this is what the looks like. So fun time.
And today we're using it as our tender to go to Sitka. So that's really what we're doing. We're on a tender going to Sitka. But Paul likes to pretend like we're abandoning the ship in the
Our boat is going down. Okay, so right now we are at low tide.
Must be.
And you can see how high this tide actually goes. 25 to 30 feet.
Yeah.
Up and down. Crazy. Look at me. What I'm wearing. Yeah, it's a roll actually. What do they call that when they ink that in or whatever that is?
Screw shell.
Screw shell.
Screw shell, yes.
That's cool.
Screw shell was kind of invented by sailors. Screw shell, which translates to wasting time.
Oh yeah, okay, that's funny.
So if
it's kind of like a tattoo, isn't it?
Yeah. Actually, it's a very fine blade, very small blade that they use.
Wasting time.
Wasting time. So you can imagine sailors on big boats.
Going for years.
Years on boats and just, in their off time they did something to pass the time.
Okay, so this is how many hours? 4 hours later? And look how much higher the tide is. Crazy.
But we need your help too. Keep your eyes peeled. Have a great trip.
Now, if you folks look all around us, you are going to be seeing the shoreline of Baranof Island. Baranof Island is the island where the town of Sitka is located. Baranof Island is going to be about 100 miles long and 30 miles wide at its widest point. And the town of Sitka is the only community of any real size located on Baranof Island. Sitka has a year-round population of about 8,000 people, and then during the summer that population goes up by about another 1,000 people or so when seasonal workers, such as myself, come and move into Sitka to live and work here during the peak of the tourism season that runs throughout the summer. Sitka is going to be one of our more isolated communities here in Southeast Alaska. There's only about 14 miles of main drivable road that stretches north to south along the coastline. It starts just a little bit north, about 7 miles of town, and then it will end about 7 miles south of town. So the town is going to sit right in the middle of that main 14 miles. Now, because there is only about 14 miles of drivable road, that means you're not going to be able to drive into Sitka from another place. The only ways you're going to be able to access Sitka are going to be by boat, like you folks did today, or by plane, making Sitka one of our more rural communities here in Southeast Alaska. Folks, as we make our way a little bit deeper into Silver Bay, I will point out some interesting features for you folks to keep your eyes out for. Now, I will say, I think Silver Bay is my favorite place in all of Sitka to come to by water. It is absolutely beautiful back here, especially on days like today, where you can actually see the beautiful scenery around us when the clouds have dispersed a little bit. And one of my favorite landmarks that I like to point out when we're coming back here is going to be at about our 11 o'clock, 11:30, right on this mountain in front of us. You folks might be able to see some of those big white streaks coming down the mountain, and those are going to be our cascades or waterfalls that's caused by rainfall and snow melt coming down from the tops of the mountains. Now, we have had quite a bit of rain over the last couple of days, so these cascades are flowing pretty hard and fast, which is awesome for us to get to see today. I think this is some of the best that we've seen the Cascades flowing in quite some time. It's absolutely beautiful sights for us to see here in Silver Bay. So keep your eyes peeled on the mountains for these beautiful Cascades. And also keep your eyes out in the water. You folks might see some fish jumping up out of the water, and those fish are going to be salmon. We are currently experiencing our salmon run here in Sitka, which means that our salmon are going to be running upstream to spawn. Now, because of this, they are going to have a lot of energy, as well as they are going to be building up their muscle for making that big swim, which is why you're going to see the salmon flinging themselves up out of the water. So keep your eyes out for some of our jumping salmon as well as we make our way back a little further into the bay. I'm sure you folks have noticed all of these beautiful trees that are covering our landscape here on Baranof Island. And what you are looking at is all going to be a part of the Tongass National Forest. The Tongass National Forest is the largest national forest in the United States, and it's also the largest temperate rainforest in the world. It stretches about 17.5 million acres. For a little bit of perspective, that is going to be about 2 billion acres larger than the state of West Virginia. So it is going to be quite massive. The Tongass National Forest covers about 90% of the southeastern Alaskan Panhandle, and it was first set aside as a protected area in 1907 by President Theodore Roosevelt.
Great look at some of our stellar sea lions hanging out on that channel marker, enjoying a little bit of what looked to be a early afternoon nap on their part. Now, I did get a couple of good questions about the sea lions while we were looking at them, and the question that I got pretty frequently was, how big do they get? Now, our adult female stellar sea lions are going to grow to be up to about 700 pounds, while the male or bull sea lions are going to be closer to about 2,000 pounds, or a whole ton. So they're going to be absolutely massive marine mammals out here in the Sound. Now, another question I got is, how do they get up onto the channel marker? And the way they're going to do that is by using their extremely strong flippers.
Got a whale over here on the right hand side, a little bit of drive-by whale watching. We don't have time to stop, unfortunately. A little bit of a drive-by whale watching better than no whale watching at all.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam.
It was fun.
Just thinking the same
That was a neat idea.
Oh, it's good.
No, not used to it. Where are you from?
From Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe, yeah. Well, we're from Florida, but like okay now. No, never.
The other day I went outside.
Yeah.
Put my sweater inside and the jacket on top.
Yeah.
Still
Still too much.
Any water, madam?
Yes, thank you. Still?
Still, how about you, sir?
Still's fine.
Very heavy drinker.
Wood cord reserve.
Yes. Perfect. Thank you. Oh, that's got some spice to it. I wonder what that is.
Like a jalapeno jelly.
Oh man.
Car parts. Car part art. Oh, look, fire himself. $17. 2. Let me make sure. Yep. 2. $17. Yeah, super fresh.
Okay, so we're on Silversea's Silver Muse.
Yes.
So we just wanted to tell you our top 5 reasons why you should stay on the Silver Muse and with Silverseas. One thing that we'd like you to know is when you take an Alaskan cruise, most of the routes about the same. You might have a few different stops than other cruises, but they're pretty much all the same.
Pretty much the same, and that's actually one of the first things to know is I was kind of like, well, I want to go see something different because we've done an Alaska cruise before. But then I started to realize that even the places we stopped only had maybe 5,000 people, or 3,000 people, or 8,000 people. So it's
That's
not,
before the ship pulls up, by the way. It doubles. These ships pull in that doubles.
Yeah, but that means that, you know, like, although some cruises may have a few different places to see, it's like there are only so many big towns in Alaska, and the big towns are not big towns. So you're probably going to get about the same itinerary. I think this time we stopped in Sitka, which we hadn't done before, which we saw amazing wildlife there, and it felt very authentic town, like people would live in, a little less, you know, driven by the tourism maybe than the others, and well worth it. But I would say that is that when you're looking for an Alaska trip, you're probably going to be going to, you know, the typical places, you know, Anchorage, Juneau,
Hubbard's Glacier,
Skagway, Hubbard's Glacier,
Ketchikan.
Yeah. So that's,
and the Passage, of course, that we're going through now.
Yeah. And ending up in Vancouver. It's a pretty typical thing. Now you can add a land part of this, and we did that before, which is we flew into Fairway and then took the train down from Fairway to Anchorage, and saw Denali in there, which was it was a great piece of the trip, I would say, and a great addition if you're looking to really make the most of your Alaska trip. I would say add that part in for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then when you do an Alaskan cruise, prepare for everything, because we had rain, we have sun right now. It's cold, it's warm, it's everything.
And the other thing I'd say about the rain is that expect rain, like pack for rain, because the area when you get into Juneau down really all the way to Ketchikan is part of the Tonga National Rainforest,
which is the largest temperate rainforest in the world. And you're cruising all through it, so it's gonna rain.
And what happens in rainforests?
It rains.
It rains. Other than that, just dress for it and be prepared and know it's gonna be nice.
Go with it, roll with it. That's all I gotta say is roll with it.
Yeah.
Okay, now our number one reason that you should come stay on the Muse, Silversea's the Muse.
Or with Silversea.
Or with Silversea's is the first class all the way super service.
Right. So the Silver Muse is actually a 6-star ship. So ships have ratings usually from 1 star to 6 stars. And on the 6 stars, you hit the pinnacle, the over the top, which is one of the reasons I wanted to come to this ship and try it. And we weren't disappointed. As soon as we got here, our very own butler greeted us, asked us what we like to drink in the morning. We told him cappuccinos and lattes, and he's like, should I make that a standing order for you daily? And we're like, absolutely. So we woke up every morning to a knock on the door with Jordan bringing in our lattes and cappuccinos and looking at the beautiful Alaska scenery.
One thing also that amazed me is at the beginning of the cruise, he asked, well, what do you like to drink? You like red wine? You like white wine?
I'm like, and Lisa says, red wine, right? So it's pretty easy. Lisa likes red wine. And I'm like, I don't know, I kind of like bourbon. So then that night, we get a bottle of red wine, and he brings out an entire bottle of bourbon. Yeah. So that was pretty impressive. So our number one reason to stay on Silverseas is the amazing service.
Amazing.
Number two is the dining options.
So the food here on the Silver Muse was just very exceptional. And what I like about it is I'm not such a big fan of going on cruise ships where you have the one big dining room and, 2,000 people are sitting down to dinner all at once. So they actually had, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different dining options for a boat of only 600 people. So that'll tell you that none of the dining choices are very full. The food everywhere we went was really delightful is the word that just came to mind.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, all.
Yeah, no matter where you
meals.
decided to go to.
But I do know, and I think you might have already said that, you have to make reservations to some of those other nicer restaurants. The grill with the hot rocks, reservations, Silver Note reservations, do it way in advance because everyone wants to get in there. We're hanging out here with 3 or 4 other couples, and we were talking about Silver Note last night before we went, and we're trying to get in there. Like, you'll never get in there. We're all trying to get in there.
Yeah, and we were like, oh. And then we go to eat, and they're like, oh, you can go to Silver Note. We're like...
We snuck in through the back door, I think.
Don't tell anybody. But that is another tip, though. If you get here and you haven't been able to get the reservation that you want to, speak to both your butler and to the maitre d' of the place and see if they can get you in. So that would be...
Your butler is your friend.
Yeah, your butler is your into a lot of things.
He's your inside guy. Yeah.
So he'll make sure, and, he'll give you inside tips and stuff, too. So... that's our number 2 reason for
the dining options.
The dining options with Silversea and specifically on Silver Muse.
Now, number 3 is the spacious room.
I have never been on a cruise ship with a room as big as this one is, and this is their standard room. We didn't get an upgraded luxury suite or anything like that. They're all suite. They're all balcony, which I think is important when you go to Alaska because, you want to be able to look out of your window and look at the scenery. It's part of why you come here.
And spend a little time in the cabin.
Yeah, and spend some time in the cabin. So the cabin, it had its own sitting area with a couch and a chair and a desk area. It also has the full-size king bed and 2 nightstands, which is full. And then this place had that big walk-in closet, which was really nice.
I've never seen a walk-in closet on a ship before. And a tub.
Oh,
Lisa had a tub.
I did. I took a bath on a cruise ship. I didn't even know that was possible. And the tub was actually not just a 5-foot little tub. I could have drowned myself in that thing pretty easily.
A real tub.
A real tub. And the bathrooms were very, very spacious.
Very spacious as well, yes.
Our number 3 reason
fabulous rooms.
is the fabulous rooms.
Our number 4 reason for sailing on the Silverseas, Silver Muse to be specific, is it's a small ship and there's not a lot of waiting and crowds and dealing with a lot of people. It's much quieter, much easier, I think.
Yes, it's definitely a more relaxed cruise. So you've seen, and if you haven't, you can check it out. We've been on the biggest ship in the world, Wonder of the Seas. We've been on celebrity cruises, and we've tried different types. And I really wanted to have a small ship in Alaska because I didn't want to be in like a cattle call thing at these small ports and these small towns. And so that was the reason that we picked this. Now, the Silver Muse only has 596 guests. So it's a pretty small ship compared to like, Wonder of the Seas that we were on, which was 7,500 guests. So means 10%? Yeah, less. Less than 10% of the people that were on that other boat. So it's definitely a more chilled,
laid back
type of experience. So, but having said that, that was exactly the reason that we picked this ship, because we wanted to have a small, intimate ship, and we've gotten to know quite a few people here.
Yeah, which is really fun. I enjoyed that.
Great.
One of my top things is just to get to meet people and get to know people.
Yeah. So that's our number 4, small ship.
Small ship. So our number 5 reason is its all-inclusivity.
Right. When you book this cruise line, you actually have everything's included.
So like most cruise ships, all your food, but it also includes all your gratuities, all your drinks. I mean, and I do mean all your drinks. Like they're feeding you mimosas from as soon as you wake up in the morning to, you know, all night long, everywhere you go, the casino, every show, every whatever, in your room, they'll stock your bar. So the drinks are all included, the food's all included, and your excursions are included. Now, having said that, there's always upgrades. So, you know, for example, you know, you can get the bourbon, one of the bourbons you like is Buffalo Trace is included.
Right.
So like Buffalo Trace is included. Now you can go up a step above Buffalo Trace and they'll have it here, but you'd have to pay extra for it. The wine's all included with dinner, one red, one white, and they have a list of included wines. Now if you want to go above that, then you can do that and you can pay more. But the quality of what they had for the wines and the whiskeys and everything, I think were more than generous and more than adequate.
Yeah,
Talk about the excursions a little bit, because that's also, they have a list of probably at every port around 10 to 30 excursions that are included, and they're pretty good. So some of the excursions that you saw us do on this video, like the dog sledding and the whale watching and the sea otter and all, where we saw the brown bear eating the salmon and all that, all those excursions were included. Now we wanted to have a little bit of extra special fun and do some things that we couldn't do anywhere else. So we did the helicopter flight to the Glacier, and that was an extra charge and so well worth it. Like that was one of the best excursions we have ever been on. Yeah?
Yeah, I would certainly say so. And it was well worth paying extra for. Yeah. But not to say that, like Lisa was saying, that the paid for excursions are well worth what they are too.
You do need tips for your excursion people.
Yes.
So when you go on the excursions,
Definitely
you have to tip them because they're not part of the Silversea cruise. But number 5.
And they make their living on the tips.
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's number 5.
That is amazing. As our Silversea Alaska cruise tour comes to an end, I can confidently say that this journey offers the perfect blend of luxury, adventure, and natural beauty. Silversea, aboard the Silver Muse, has truly set the standard for excellence in cruising, providing an experience that will leave you with memories to last a lifetime.
If you're ready to embark on your own Silversea adventure aboard the Silver Muse, check the description below for more information and booking details. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more incredible travel content. Until next time, happy sailing.